This is Clive Waring and the Significance of His Memory by Joshua, Augustus, and Amner. Life before his memory loss, Waring was a promising musician specializing in piano and organ pieces. This knowledge was later lost due to an infection of herpes simplex virus encephalitis during March of 1985, when he was only 46 years old. Due to this diagnosis, he became amnesic and struggled to carry out day-to-day tasks, such as remembering his past and the struggle to process new information. His wife, Deborah, described his memory, that of which melts like snow, leaving not a trace.
The cognitive symptoms. Waring showed signs and symptoms of severe anterograde amnesia as a result of his injuries. Anterograde amnesia refers to a type of amnesia by which a person lacks the ability to form new memories, such as Waring only remembering things as long as his short-term memory allows him to. However, miraculously, Waring remembered his wife, despite his complete lack of short and long-term memory. It was described that Waring's wife, Deborah, would leave the room for a short period of time and come back, and Waring would have completely forgotten. And he greets her as if they had not seen each other for ages, which I find is very fascinating.
Waring neuropsychological assessment and his belief of being dead. In a psychological report finding in 1985 in October, that Waring suffered from severe memory deficit. He could not remember things happened in the past, but his immediate memory was normal. In 1985, in November, the assessment identified declined in Waring IQs from what it was prior to his illness. And also his semantic memory was damaged. He wasn't able to define 50 words. He being given 50 words to define, and he was only able to define only one. He also suffered from poor communication and verbal fluency, and it was very hard to hold meaningful conversation with him. For autographical memory assessment in 1989, he failed the test of recognizing familiar faces. However, who could identify his professional as famous musician. While the neurological assessment in 2005 identified little improvement in Waring memory functioning over the past 21 years, still the test in 2006 was very poor. For a long time during his illness, Waring was believed that he's unconscious, and the severe temporal lobe damage was connected to that belief. Also, there is a suggestion that his belief of being unconscious is linked to a coping strategy of his memory loss.
The uniqueness of Waring's brain. When trying to diagnose Waring, they needed special equipment. One piece being the successful and the most notorious imaging technique in the magnetic resonance imaging scan, or better known as an MRI. An MRI scan basically works via Waring lying down in this large machine, which in simple terms uses powerful magnets to create a magnetic field and essentially scan Waring's body, or brain in this particular case, to find out what's wrong. Since the main damage was done to Waring's hippocampus, which is responsible for holding short-term memory and transforming it into long-term memory, he is unable to form new memories, and his mind essentially restarts, unlike that of an average person, who with an intact brain, or more precisely an intact hippocampus, can retain new memories that they just experienced, and then, from there, long-term memories will be formed using the hippocampus. Waring miraculously remembered how to play the piano off just sight reading, even with severe brain damage to his right temporal lobe and partially in his frontal lobe. This may seem strange, but it is due to Waring still having his procedural memory intact, or in other words, all the actions that are autonomous, that Waring could do without even thinking about it, that is, playing the piano.
Clive Waring is an interesting case regarding his severe amnesic breakout after his herpes simplex virus encephalitis infection. His belief of being unconscious and struggle during tests is fascinating to all. Despite not being able to remember his past and an inability to create new memories, he continued to remember how to beautifully play his beloved instruments and his happy marriage to his wife.